Have you ever stopped and wondered how much of your day just happens? On autopilot? All those little things you do without even thinking about them. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the science of habits, and I'm going to give you a super simple but really powerful tool to build new habits that actually stick around. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so check this out. 43%. Right now, it's just a number on a screen, right? But what if I told you this number represents a massive part of your life? So what on earth is it?
That's it. Believe it or not, that's how much of your daily life is just run by your habits. Yeah, a study from researcher Wendy Wood found that almost half of everything you do every single day is automatic. That's why figuring this stuff out is basically a superpower. And welcome to JASM Graphs, where we're going to show you exactly how to use it.
All right, so if we're going to harness this power, we've got to know what we're actually dealing with. So, what is a habit anyway?
So here's the deal. A habit is basically a behavior that your brain has put on autopilot. Think of it like a mental shortcut. Your brain is smart, but it's also kind of lazy. It wants to save energy. So after you do something enough times, your brain goes, aha, this is useful, and just automates the whole process so you don't have to think about it anymore.
So how does this whole autopilot thing actually work inside our brains? Well, it turns out there's this kind of secret engine running behind every single one of your habits, the good ones and the bad ones, and it's a really simple three-step pattern that scientists call the habit loop.
Let's break this down. It's super simple. First, you've got the cue. Think of it as the trigger. So your phone buzzes. That's your cue. Step 2 is the routine. That's the action you take. You grab your phone, unlock it, check the notification. And finally, step 3, the reward. You see a funny message from your friend, and boom, you get that little feel-good hit of dopamine. That reward is your brain's signal saying, hey, that was awesome. Let's totally do that again. Cue, routine, reward. That's it. That's the whole magic formula.
Okay, so now that we know the secret formula, we can actually start to use it for good. We can engineer it. And honestly, one of the best and easiest ways to do this is with a little hack called habit stacking.
The idea here is just so simple, it's brilliant. The whole formula is, after I do my current habit, I will do my new habit. See what's happening? You're not trying to invent a new trigger out of thin air. No way. You're just latching your new habit onto an old one that's already running on autopilot. It's like piggybacking on your brain's existing wiring.
Let's make this real with some examples. That first cup of coffee in the morning, that's a super solid habit for a lot of us, right? So you'd say, after I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for just 1 minute. Or how about this one? After I take off my work shoes, I will immediately change into my gym clothes. You see how specific and tiny these are? That's the key. You're linking the new thing to something you already do every single day without even thinking.
All right, so you've got your new habit, you're stacking it on an old one, you're doing great. But now for the million-dollar question, right? How long does this actually take? When does it stop feeling like work and just become automatic?
I bet you've heard this one before. Everyone says it takes 21 days to form a habit. It's like one of those facts that's just everywhere. But is it actually true? Let's see what the science says.
Yeah, so it turns out the real number from a big study over at University College London is a little different. It's 66 days.
But wait, before you get discouraged, the really important thing to know is that 66 days is just the average. In that same study, the time it took people ranged from just 18 days all the way up to 254 days. So the real lesson here isn't the number itself, it's that this stuff takes time. So please, don't give up if you're on day 22 and it still feels hard. You just got to stick with it. It's all about persistence.
So to help you stick with it, here are 3 massive keys to success. First, and this is huge, start ridiculously small. I'm talking so small it feels silly, like flossing just 1 tooth. Seriously, why? Because it's so easy your brain can't come up with an excuse not to do it. It's too small to fail. Second, you got to be super specific. Don't just say I want to work out more. No, say right after I walk in the door from work, I will put on my running shoes. And third, aim for persistence, not perfection. You know what the research shows? Missing 1 day doesn't ruin everything. It's fine. Just make sure you show up the next day. That's what really counts.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground here. So let's wrap it all up into a super simple blueprint you can literally start using today.
Here's the game plan. Step 1, understand the loop. You got to know your cue, your routine, and your reward. Step 2, use habit stacking. That's your secret weapon. Link your new habit to an old one. And step 3, start small and be patient with yourself.
It's all about consistency, not trying to be perfect. Remember that 66-day average and just focus on showing up.
So that brings us to the final and most important question. After everything we've talked about, the habit loop, habit stacking, starting so small it's almost funny, what is the one tiny habit you were going to start today?
Hey, if this explainer helped you out, it would be awesome if you could hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe to JASM Graphs for more breakdowns like this one. Thanks so much for watching.